Ian Curl calls out Nick Fuentes for not joining the conversation about Israel. Basically, the debate with Turning Point USA and Candace Owens and shit like that. I'll bring with y'all real quick so you guys can see the video.
You're the Israel guy. You're our guy, bro. And we are now well into the moment with Israel, with TPUSA, with Candace, with the Trump government, with everything. And what's going on, man? Where are you at, Nick? Like, yeah, Nick is still doing his thing. He's still running his show. He's still being critical of Israel. But he's also doing the podcast circuit, basically running everything he can against Candace and against actual, like, factual information. I could understand if Nick was skeptical of Candace's sources, but Nick is straight up, like, not here, not there for the conversation about Israel in the way I think a lot of us expect, and the way I think a lot of us were ready for. It's like arriving on the battlefield and your general is off hanging out with Steven Crowder. Like, you're supposed to be our guy, bro. This is your moment. This is your moment on so many levels, dude. Where are you? You're on Steven Crowder disavowing the people that are actually out here taking on Israel, taking on the deep state, taking on the whole thing. And you're over here with Crowder. With Crowder. And we're going to get into all of these different elements throughout this show. And, like, the world is not about picking sides. But sometimes when you look at the sides of an issue, it tells you a lot about the issue. And it tells you a lot about how. If you are thinking about a thing in a way that makes you arrive at the same conclusion as Tim Pool and as Steven Crowder and as Rabbi Shmuley and as all these other people. And to be clear, I'm not saying that Nick is the same as Rabbi Shmuley. And I'm just saying. How are you winding up at the conclusion of these guys? With all that you know, with all that you've called out, with your deep understanding of how Jewish donors control things, with your deep understanding of the history of Mossad and of the CIA, you don't even think there's a possibility? Not even a chance. And this is supposed to be your moment. This is supposed to be your rise. You're on the generational run, bro. And you have generationally run right to Steven Crowder's show to hang out with the Fed slop narrative for, like, kind of a facetious take on it. It's very confusing to a lot of us, and it's a bummer because I genuinely like you being here. I genuinely like that you challenge the conversation, and I'm genuinely impressed by what you've done with your platform and your messaging over the years. But, like, I think a lot of creators right now are feeling the way I'm feeling and are just afraid to say it because we all know how the Groypers are. And we all know that Nick is good at holding a grudge. And that's cool. If Nick wants to hold a grudge, that's fine. I'm not stressed. But I'm just genuinely like, bro, this is your moment. And you ain't here. We're all on the front lines of battle for America, to save America.
Chat, I mean, like, Nick just don't want to be messing with Ian Carroll and Candace Owens because of their crazy claims. Like, it just be some stuff. Even me, I used to listen to Candace Owens a lot, but it's gotten to a point where I had to just slow down because it's like some things is just like when you think about it, it's like you can say whatever and assume whatever or make whatever theories, but you have to have some kind of strong backup. Like, it has to be standing on some type of grounds. It's like the claims that Candace or whatever she starts talking about is just insane, and I just can't wrap my head around it and just like even like work it out and understand it in my brain and like logically. So like I just had to slow down on it, and I just feel like that's what Nick Fuentes don't want to be. That's why Nick Fuentes is not joining the conversation with them on the Israel topic because first of all, Nick Fuentes doesn't think Tyler Robinson. Nick Fuentes believes Tyler Robinson is the killer of Charlie Kirk. So that's it. He doesn't think that Israel did it. He doesn't think Israel has something to do with it. He doesn't think the French government has something to do with it. He doesn't think Turning Point USA has something to do with it. So it's no point for him to join the conversation with you guys because he doesn't believe any of the stuff you guys believe. I mean, he does believe Israel is stealing from the U.S. They take a lot of money from the U.S. The foreign policies needs to be, changed when it comes to Israel, but he doesn't believe that Israel has something to do with the murder of Charlie Kirk, and that's simple as that. And just because he is he criticizes Israel a lot does not mean that he has to die on this hill with you guys. And it's not fair to call him out and say that he's the Israel guy. He's the Israel guy. He's supposed to be here with us and fight this fight with us. It does not. It's not fair because he's his own person. Every debate, everything that he's been doing has just been by himself, and you guys should just hold your own grounds and whatever claims you guys been making, you guys should be able to back it up. It's time to back it up and show us that you guys are doing the research, doing the doing damn, the investigation to find to prove these claims that you guys been making. It's not for Nick to back y'all up and be there with you guys and what hold your hand. No, I mean you guys got it. I think Candace is smart. Nick, Ian Carroll just follows after Candace. I feel like they're just attached together nowadays. But I believe that Nick Fuentes doesn't have to be there or even be part of the conversation because he doesn't believe the stuff that you guys believe. Anyway, Chad, let me know in the comments what you guys feel about this topic. Please like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all time. Please like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna be back with some new content. We out, out, out.